Are you Kello or KWSM tonight? Are you on Kello or KWSM tonight?
Kello.
Kello.
Rest of the season.
Okay.
Here, if you can read me, but I'm having trouble with my hookup here. I have to do some adjustments.
Testing 1, 2. Check, check, check. Testing 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Check, check, check. Testing 1, 2. you'll have to stop over to see my headphones after you're off the air tonight. I brought my babies with me so I could actually listen to you from time to time over the audio. Yeah. So I've got my 74 JVC Quadraphonics in the house.
Oh my!
They're original bought in Singapore in '72.
Oh my!
They're beautiful. They're Quadraphonics, dual jacks, so you can actually change the phasing and get actual old school quadraphonic going in your head.
Oh, you're kidding!
Yeah, they're fun, especially when you put on a Pink Floyd album.
Oh, I bet you.
Thanks for joining us here at the pregame show, those of you out there on Mercat and Twitter. We're just getting some things set up here in the audio booth, so we're just going to keep showing you the action on the field. And when Rich is ready to go on the air, we'll cut over to him. So stay with us and listen to us chatter a little bit, I guess.
Testing 1, 2. Check. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2.
For those of you watching the stream right now out there in Twitterland, so you know, we'll be running Mercat on and off through the night with different events, and then we'll also have some Periscope times jumping in. Last 5 minutes of the game will be carried on Periscope, and halftime will be carried on Periscope also. And here on Mercat, we'll be jumping back and forth with some sideline interviews with players, our Lightning girls, some of our game staff, and even some fans. So make sure you're watching both apps, and make sure you follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. And if you want to listen to Rich's audio throughout the game, we're on Ustream through our website at www.SiouxFallsStorm.com also. Testing 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Check. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. We have a test. Testing. Check. Testing 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. We have a test. Testing. Check. Give you a little behind-the-scenes look here into the broadcast booth. There we got the Silver Fox, Rich Roste here getting set up for our audio streams and radio feeds.
Sometimes things work out real good. Sometimes it takes a while to get everything hooked up.
That's what makes it fun, right, Rich?
Testing 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2.
I think I got it, Joe. Got it? I don't know what happened, but I had a mess there for a while. It is so good to see you.
Too, man.
For me, this is so good.
Last year, good idea. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Last year, everybody was kicking and stealing and drug money. This year, I put off the word, and within 2 days, I flipped. That's good. Everybody had a great time.
You make it so easy, right? Doing this for years, man. That's not what you do right now, so
I have a lot of fun with it.
What's been the theme this year for the football? Obviously, they're undefeated, doing their thing, but anything differently you noticed about this team previous years? Yeah?
Huge difference. Back in the day, Brandon, you played, if you got 75 yards and left, you would be big. That's enough for it.
Do you think that's because the offensive line is really good, or is the running back really strong?
Curtis doesn't have this is where Curtis has such a good coach. He evaluated his program, realized that the quarterback was very good, but not to that caliber. So what can I do to make that quarterback more successful? Establish the running game. Establish the running game, and the quarterback's going to have a better chance of being successful. With that, you have the advantage in the side money that has that front line. That's in the league. Charlie and Malaya have played together for like 6 years. That's huge. They just have like a non-verbal communication. You always know where they're going to be. They know what they're going to do. Shot Munro come in and just added to that offensive line. Harold Davis used to be now that they have solidified this offensive line, they're really doing well. So the combination of both, the changing quarterback, evaluating the talent that he had, and accentuating the running game has really been the difference of this team.
That's great. I mean, that's pretty unheard of in the indoor game in general to see a strong run game. I was just watching some Marine games last week, and the run game, you get those big old tanks that just step up in the A-gaps and block. This is a little different league the way it's set up rule-wise. And I think this is more exciting than the Arena League because to have the versatility to be able to run and throw the ball, it just makes it funner to watch from the spectator standpoint.
It's real football played inside on 50-yard field and 8-man football. Yeah, it's amazing.
Hey, Rich, you want to introduce our Twitter followers here who you're talking with?
Hi, I'm Rich Roste. This is Joe Evenson. Joe played with the Sioux Falls. What years did you play, Joe?
02, 03, and 04.
And he was the linebacker. And Joe played at a soaking wet 218 pounds.
Yeah.
Pound for pound, the toughest hitter I've ever seen play at linebacker spot. Very high football IQ. And the motor that just keeps on going, and there wasn't very many times, Joe, that you got beat just because of your size. It was because maybe they had 3 guys on you, but you were a very, very tough football player.
Appreciate that.
Out of Garrettson High School, and played football at Augustana, was an assistant coach at Augustana, and has been a friend of mine for many, many years.
Well, you know my good friend Bob Hall over at Augie
Bob
then.
Hall, That's my man.
Yep, I bet you we'll see him out in the crowd tonight. He's here quite a bit, so.
There's not many people that have had anything to do with Augustana that do not know Bob. And if they don't, then they don't belong with Augustana.
That is correct.
Because he is just such a huge factor over there. And, you know, what he's done for the college and the stadium and all of the things with it. But without a doubt, you know, he used to do a lot of things with the Storm and he was good.
Yep, he was our equipment guy.
And, you know, there was always things that when you talked about Paul, it was salt and pepper when you talked to him, but he was a character and a lot of fun to be around.
I can tell you he is a lot of fun to be around. I've known him since I was a little kid, and he is just a blast to hang out with. So
I'll tell you what, I got to check in at the station, make sure that we got our signal all ready to go. We'll be going on the air in about 15 minutes.
Sounds good. Joe, thanks for joining us here on Twitter.
What was your name?
My name's Matt. I'm with the social media team here at Storm.
Good
So
to meet you, Matt.
we're live streaming tonight out to our Twitter followers. So
Awesome. So that video goes on Twitter then?
we're live right now, open mic,
nice.
right out there. So yeah, it's going out to all our followers, and they can be jumping in and out at. And we're just carrying the pregame show. We'll jump down, get the opening ceremony, actually get people to have that experience that is quite intense. Have you seen one of the openings here yet?
No.
It is, compared to the old arena openings, you're going to be blown away tonight.
Well, with the technology in here, I bet that this place rocks. What have the crowds been like? What have they been getting?
We've been up to 9,000,
Really?
which, you know, you think 1,500 was a huge game
Yeah.
in the old arena. So, I mean, even a slow night, we've been in the 4s and 5s.
Yeah.
So it's really quite a bit of fun. And right now, I think, too, we're simulcasting. I think we've got a stream going over on Periscope, too, that's coming from over there with our intern, Kaylee. She's actually carrying most of the action down on the field. She'll carry the halftime show. And we're going to take the last 5 minutes of the game and live stream it out in video, too.
Great.
So, and then one of our promo girls, Kayla, is going to hang out with me tonight. We're going to go meet fans. We're going to go down in the team pit and do sideline interviews with the guys during the game. Instead of just throwing it up on YouTube, they're going to be going live out.
Oh, wow. Have you guys done that every night?
This is our first night doing live cast. We've done video before, but we've never hit it live. So we're hitting it live tonight and just rolling with it.
Great. Love it.
Anybody at the studio? Well, that light, I've got spots on my eyes. I can hardly see.
Got to make you look good.
Is there any changes to the lineup? At all, Rich?
Quite a few changes on their point, but I've got a spotter board all lined up for you. Hi, Norm. Can you read me? Is there anybody in the studio to check me out here? Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I had a problem with my setup. For some reason, it's like going out online or mic instead of line, and then I finally, I think I got it figured out because it's running pretty good right now. Sure. And hi everybody, this is Rich Roste, radio voice of the Sioux Falls Storm. Check, testing 1 2 1 2, testing. And here's the interview. How's that sound? Testing 1 2 3. Check. Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check. hear you loud and clear. Very, very loud. In fact, I can play it. Oh, David Grant. Must be starting DC right now. Sometimes you wonder what to do. I won't take it anywhere in there with the natural break. I think the loss comes up about a quarter to. But depending on how they have it set up. Very good. Thanks, man. Hey, Joe. Say, man, I'm going to have Joe take a seat here.
Go for it.
I'm going to take a can one more time. Get out, let it go. One more time.
It's like playing a game. You got to get it out right before kickoff. So how long you been working with the Storm?
I came on this season.
Cool.
Jim, the marketing guy, he and I worked on some other sports teams in his previous career, and when he came on after he spent his 6 months kind of getting to know the things, we sat down and decided that we wanted to take the social media and web game to a different level for the team. So
Love technology, man.
it's
great.
it's amazing what has changed in the last 5 years and what we can do, and the fact that we're carrying live video out to our Facebook and Twitter fans right now, you wouldn't have seen that 5 years ago. And I don't know if you've been watching, but there's a whole new vibe going on here at the Storm too, with the community givebacks and the Storm Taken by Storm Fund and the community stuff. It's a whole different level. I mean, raising money bought a bike for a kid that has SMA, and got to talk to his dad after they presented that at one of the games, and that was amazing because he's been in a wheelchair his whole life.
Wow.
And he got to go for a ride with his best friend on a bike. He's a middle school student.
See, that's the power of sports right there. I mean, it really is. I mean, Sioux Falls has rallied around sports as long as I can remember. And I think when I was growing up, they didn't have the Storm. They had the Sky Force. That's back like 95, 96 when they won their first championship. Then the Stampede came in, but the Storm seemed to be the real center of the city. Blue-collar football town, and I love the fact that they're being able to do those kind of things because they have such a pedestal to speak from and do.
Yep.
I think they generally have a pretty good squad of guys, led by a great staff, great ownership, good people, and that's really good to hear they're doing this.
Oh, yeah. Did a fundraiser night, silent auction for a little girl with cancer, and raised $20-some thousand for her in one night here on the field in
Really?
silent auction pieces, and
That's just people from the fans donating money to it?
and buying items, raffling off and silent auctioning off signed footballs and NFL jerseys from guys like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady and all that kind of stuff. Just taking this whole thing to a different level this year, and it's been amazing to watch.
That's
so
great. That's good to hear, man.
And for someone who just came on, to work with the team on the back end stuff, I'm always amazed of how much the staff that's not on the field, how much work goes in to put on these events. Mm-hmm. And I think they're the unsung heroes because, I mean, it's amazing. From 7 o'clock this morning, everybody's been working and getting this ready so that the guys can go out there and do their thing. And there's a huge family. That's what's blowing me away about the Storm. It's a family. It's everybody that's here that's working, whether you're, running gopher down the hall or you're playing football. Everybody's a family on this team, and they've all got each other's back and all pitching in. So
I was talking to Curtis about that a couple weeks ago about just the longevity of their success, and I really believe it's been two things. It's been ownership. We've had pretty good ownership from Ken Fukurvich to Todd Tryon, and then you look at the continuity with their staff. And Curtis, he was the original quarterback when the Storm first started, and for him to be around that long, that's unheard of in coaching in general. And so I think that has a large part to do with it too. And they do a a good job of who they bring in and who they weed out. So they usually generally bring great football players and great people. I think that has a big part to it too. He's got something going on where he can really bring teams together. Because you think about how hard it is. High school, you grow up together. College, you're coming from all over the place. You look at the Storm, these guys are coming from all over the nation. And not only that, but you look at different times of the year when they're making additions to their squad, they're deleting people here and there. It's unbelievable how they can continue to have success with all those elements that are in play. Not to mention, these guys are trying to move up the ranks, so all of a sudden you get a guy who gets the call to go to another level, arena or CFL, because they've seen that too, and yet still just not miss a beat. It's incredible.
It is. It's amazing to be a part of it just from any level and to see what goes on here and the passion that there is on this team. We'll stay up here in the booth for the pregame here for a while, and then when open ceremony starts, we'll cut down and we'll head down to the field and let you experience the opening ceremony, what I like to call the biggest rock concert every weekend in Sioux Falls that the Storm plays, and take you right down on the field and let you feel that energy as the team takes the field. And tonight you'll also get to see the championship rings get presented for last season, so it's going to be a really great night.
The new home to your 8-time national champions, your Sioux Falls Storm! The most successful indoor franchise in history. Tonight we welcome the Tri-Cities Speed.
Sarah, I'm assuming there's which Wi-Fi network do we use up here?
You can use the Midco one. That's
Extreme Wi-Fi?
Yeah, that one works pretty good most of the time.
Visit the concession stand, find your seat, and get ready to
Don't be like Adam Hicks. He had his set up there on the tripod.
That's what I heard. Did you hear it way down? Yeah.
Yeah, he was toast by the time he
Oh,
found it.
gosh. That's too bad. Poor Hicks.
So, by the way, Rich, you've hit a whole new audience. We've got listeners right now all the way from California to Iraq tuned into the stream.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, welcome. Really appreciate you folks tuning in. This is a brand new medium for us. And really appreciate what Matt Gage has done to get this off the ground. And for me, it takes quite a bit to get me off the ground. So I appreciate you tuning in and hopefully enjoy the broadcast. Sioux Falls Storm coming into this game. They're 10-0, and Tri-City Fever, they are 7-5. And these teams met earlier this year, and the Sioux Falls Storm was going to fly out there, but the team's flights were canceled in Denver. And so they'd rescheduled the game for the next night. Then the owner Ryan had to book 30 tickets for the next day. And you know what it's like to book 30 tickets on the day you fly out, so the price was pretty high. But we got everybody out there. We had the game. The Storm won by 20. Excuse me, and now this is the rematch game, but Tri-Cities is coming off a couple of tough losses, and they've retooled their team. They brought in a lot of new players, so it's going to be interesting to see what they bring to the table tonight.
Very cool. I would say this is probably the first worldwide broadcast for the Sioux Falls Storm. What do you think?
Well, as far as video, yes. We've had listeners out in Afghanistan and Iraq, people that were deployed, fans of the Sioux Falls Storm. I've had listeners contact me, text me that were in England and Germany that were Storm fans that were vacationing, and they contacted me.
Get ready for the return of the Thunderball to us. Sponsored by Century Link.
We have
Punch
been
your way after.
around
Head on down to the main concourse right now and purchase the main contest for falls as needed. Your participation today will help benefit the brand new taken by Storm Community
And I
Fund.
know that we have listeners, many of the Storm players, their
Tune in to
families are all over the United States, and they tune into the broadcast.
for details.
In fact, let's give a shout out right now. I'm looking at one of the people who's listening to us, and it's at Grunt Design. He's an artist and graphic designer in Iraq and and he's been a Marine Corps, Afghanistan, and Iraq veteran, and how appropriate that he's here on Military Appreciation Night. So to @Grunt Design, thank you for your service on behalf of the Sioux Falls Storm.
Absolutely. Military Appreciation Night here at the game. Any veteran that has any form of military ID, a free ticket. Also, this is the anniversary of D-Day and all of the men that stormed on the beaches in Europe and gave so much and gave their lives. We must never forget that.
Absolutely.
I always talk about at the time of the national anthem. I have a buddy of mine that had 2 sons, both in the special forces. And I always send a shout out to them, even though that they've retired, but they served in special forces. But we must never forget our troops, and we must never forget why they are serving. Godspeed until they are all safe.
Absolutely.
Fans, watch for the Storm Thunder Squad. They'll be throwing out Storm mini footballs following every Storm touchdown during tonight's game. Compliments of our friends at A&B Business Solutions, proud corporate partners of the Storm.
Okay, let's give it just a few more minutes and then we'll start playing the Open. The Open has about 3 minutes. I think last time when we played it didn't pop up quite before. Last time we had kind of extenuating circumstances up in Bemidji, so that was
All right, Joe and Rich, I'm going to head downstairs for opening ceremonies. Thanks for letting us hang up in the booth here for some of the pregame show warm-up, and we'll see you guys after the show for the Curtis Riggs interview. So,
Sounds good.
All right.
6 p.m. as we take on the